Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night, which is kind of a two-parter, sort of, or maybe not. Um, what do fans like or dislike about Nina Reeves? Me personally, I don't like this chick. Okay, I never liked her. Well, that's not true. Actually, it kind of is. I didn't like her from day one when I saw her, and then I started to like her or I tolerated her, and then the whole her bullying Willow, it just went right back to me not liking her again. So, you know, uh, what do you like or dislike about Nina Reeves? What's good, Monique? Her constant victim blaming. Yes, Kyrie's, of course, Kyrie's, like I said, I'm always going to have my subscribers back. And also, I like your review. I got to finish watching it, but I like this so far. So definitely keep up the good work. I honestly tell you, Kyrie, in no time you're probably going to want to blow past me in views and subscribers. So I always got your back, Kyrie, and you're actually pretty good. So what's good, Black Mom? What's good, Scanner? What's good, Makai? What's good, Laura B? What's good, Mel? What's good, ZK? How you doing tonight? Denise is in the chat. What's good? Mel, actually, yeah, I started. I think I'm 20 minutes into it. I'm 20 minutes into tomorrow's episode of YNR. So, um, I'm probably gonna watch like another 5 minutes and then more tomorrow. I can finish it, which would be really great because Tuesdays always is my long day. So I want to finish. I'm gonna try to finish YNR tomorrow before I get home. I'm glad you're doing good, ZK. Thank you for joining, everyone. So I'm gonna probably say this announcement a couple of different times. I said it in my B&B review. I don't know why I didn't say it in my GH review, or why I didn't say my GH review. But I will be sitting there telling people tonight, so I think I'll wait for maybe 15 more people. Monique says everything is someone else's fault. Why Willow isn't trying to forge a relationship with her? Maybe if she backed off and let Willow come to her. Baby steps. She'll try to. Yeah. Well, Nick, I could not have put it any better. What's good, Shauna? Thank you for joining tonight. So, we'll wait for some more people to join. I actually have this. And I had some this week. It's actually pretty good. What's good, Double C? It's been a hot minute. How have you been? How have you been? Harry says, I watch YNR. I watch YNR as well. I'm going to try to do my review nightly after the live stream and wrestling them the next day at 2 p.m. after your stream is when I'm in a good mood. Okay. All right, Kyrie's, I'm ecstatic that you're actually doing reviews. By the way, I said this in my post, but Kyrie's Clarks is also doing reviews, YNR reviews. So definitely check out his channel, subscribe to him, show him some love. He's killing it. So yeah, I agree, ZK. I've been good, Double C. I've been good, but you definitely been missed in the chat though. Queen of the South is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, yeah, Zeke. Yes, that is very, 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 very true. This is so good. Yeah. Monique says, if you're a DC fan, Gotham Knights is coming March 14th. Uh, the sad thing is, Monique, I am a DC fan, but I hate Warner Brothers. So as much as, actually, tell you the truth, I kind of don't even. I think if I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, tell you the truth, if they didn't cancel Legacies, I would probably have given. Honestly, tell you the truth, Gotham Knights didn't really look that good. It didn't look super bad, but it didn't really look that good either. So it's like, but I will be watching Superman and Lois because I really need it. But Queen, Monique, are you actually gonna watch Gotham Knights? And do you watch Superman and Lois? WC says, man, Dollar Bill is gonna lose him. WC, they was all they were pretty much doing was just knocking boots. That was it. I pretty much fast forward through the whole thing except for towards the end when they realized that Dollar Bill don't play no games. Nikisha's in the chat. Nikisha said Nina is so crazy that she should be fun to watch. Instead, it's frustrating because she pretends to be normal and blames everyone else for her. Yes, is that? I think that's exactly what Monique said. How you doing tonight, Nikisha? Of course, Queen and stuff. I'm always very happy that you are in the chat. Oh, Valerie's in the chat. Valerie, what am I drinking anyway? Ron Frontera? Marla. Marla, which is sweet and is so good. But this stuff will go to my head very fast, so I gotta actually pace myself. Um, I was at I was having some in the stream before on Sunday, and like after a good 20 minutes, I was like, maybe I should slow down a little bit. Maybe I should slow down just a tad. Monique says Nina is another Phyllis to me. They could be sisters. Yeah, yeah, you're right. What's good, Renee Thompson? Thank you for joining tonight. Monique says I'll watch both when I get the chance. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to be watching Superman and Lois. So, when you get the chance, let me know what your thoughts are, because I'll definitely love to talk to you about that. Monique. Carrie says Nina needs to acknowledge what Willow said before she found out her daughter. She could not stand her. Exactly. Exactly, Kyrie. That's exactly what I said that in my review. When she said that, I was like, yo, are you serious right now? I mean, Willow was like, the only reason why she's paying me a bit of attention is because I'm a daughter. Now, Double C says, I will give Gotham Knights a chance. Who knows? It may be a good show. Now, I honestly tell you, Double C, I hope it's a good show. Cat Ladies in the chat, I hope it's a good show. I really do. Um, honestly, tell you, I'm kind of done with Warner Brothers right now with just the changes that they're making. But in all reality, before this whole they decided to cancel everything, I was going to give it a chance. I was going to give it a chance. Um, I don't know. Now, Laura B says, "Sorry, I didn't join. Sorry, I didn't get what." Laura B, you didn't get the notification because I usually post it. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance. Oh, Monique, how is it? Amy's in the chat. Was good, Amy. How was the Chris Rock special? Because I was on the fence about watching it, but no, it sucks, Laura, because I usually what I do is I put out I put out a post before I put the notification. So I'm sorry you didn't see it, Laura B. Krista's in the chat. Chris Krista said, but Laura B, I always go live on at here's the thing, Laura B, I go live 8 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. So if you don't get the notifications, just know that I'm going to be going live at that day. I'm going to be going live Saturdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, oh, nice, 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 Krista. No, it sucks that you actually didn't get it though. But yeah, just in the future, Laura B, I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, um, no, it's all good, Laura B. Whenever you get a chance, just know that I'm going to be going live. Um, Monique says it was amazing. He went in on everyone from. Okay, all right, Monique. I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Solomon's in the chat. I gotta check that out. I started watching The Gray Man on Netflix, and I'm like 20 minutes in. So I'm just like, we'll see how that movie is. No, no, it's all, here's the thing, Lorby. I appreciate any time that you're able to come through. So thank you for even thinking about it. Thank you for even thinking about it. Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, Lorby, it sucks because this happened to a lot of creators too. Hmm, that is good. That is good. Um, Mel says Christopher Sean as Paul. Mel, oh my guy Paul. Oh, Paul. Wait a minute. No, Paul. Okay, just to make sure, Mel. Paul is John's son, right? That's the um that's the guy who was fighting with the Asian one. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, if my guy Paul is coming back, I've been waiting for Paul to come back for a hot minute. Yeah, Monique, yeah, with yep, Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans with a mustache, and I'm. I saw Chris Evans with a mustache. I was like, we're like 20 minutes into this movie, right? Okay, cool, cat lady. Okay, no, I'm gonna finish watching it. I started watching it on Sunday after I watched The Mandalorian. CW's in the chat. Was good, CW? So you know, cat lady, I'm definitely finished watching it. And I started watching The Mandalorian again, so I'm enjoying that so far, even up to the first episode. CW says it's sort of clearly set. Yeah, no, I got yeah, I saw a little bit of it about selective outrage, CW, but I want to watch the whole thing so I can get the whole context. Oh man, okay. See, now I'm excited because I'm not gonna lie. No, when I saw Paul in the second season, I was like, yes. Okay, cool, CW. Yes. Okay, so now I'm excited because I said when I reviewed season two, I was the one of the things I wanted was to have Paul come to the show. So I felt like the producers or somebody heard that. Seriously, I felt like the producers heard that because I literally was like, I want Paul to come to the show. Made it happen. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, all right, cat lady. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about then. We have a lot to talk about. Here's the thing. Well, obviously I'm watching Mandalorian, but I want to watch Boba Fett and I want to watch Andor. Just finding the damn time to do it. Lord B says maybe they could have come to some sort of arrangement, or they could have. They could have, Lord B. China says I'm glad Ava's gonna get some smoke. Mel says I called it. Okay, yes. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy. So I'm gonna sit there and say this in this stream, and then I'm gonna probably sit there and say this, you know, in passing and stuff like that. So it was actually Kyrie's that squared. Is it squared, Victoria? How you doing tonight? Squirrel, squid, squine, squirrel? It's not squirrel, right, Victoria? But how you doing tonight, though? By the way, I'm gonna call you S Victoria. I'm very bad with names. Oh, Skywire. Skywire? Freddy's in the chat. What's good, Freddie? Skywise. No, sky, we, like squirrely. Like a knight and a squirrel. Michael Armstrong is in the chat. It's pronounced scout, a knight and a square, and a squirrel. I'm still lost. How are you doing tonight, Michael Armstrong? It's been a minute. CW says it's pronounced Skyward. Jessica's in the chat. Jessica. Skate. Jesus Christ. Alexis is noisy as F. Is nosy as F. Skier? Squire? Is it Squire? Is it Squire? Let me know if it's Squire, because I think I might actually have it. Squire? Squire. Wow. That's a thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you. God, I hate that they're trying to struggle with words. Like pronouncing people's like names and stuff like that. But I wanted to get it because um it's important. So thank you everyone. Squire. Squire, wow. Squire Victoria. Thank you for joining tonight. Kyrie's, I love it. I love it. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. So I'm gonna sit there and say this now. Very true, just Jessica. He's not ready for a challenge yet. So I'm gonna say this in the chat now. Squat. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. I love seeing new faces. So thank you for joining tonight. Medora's in the chat. What's good, Medora? That stuff is strong. Medora says only thing I dislike about Nina is she is overbearing. Willow is right. She is. She is in the love with the idea of having a daughter than trying to get to know Willow. Yes, that's very true. Yes, let's everyone welcome Squire, since it took me like a hot minute to pronounce her name. Freddie always says Spencer can fight all he wants about his taking custody of baby, but God knows it's not meant for him to be a father, especially. Yeah, yeah, everyone's been saying that for a hot minute. Now CW says Deacon was giving them. uh, no, and it was kind of Tracy Steves is in the chat. What's good, Tracy Steves? Makai's in the chat. What's good, Makai? I hope I said hi to you if I didn't say hi to you before. So yes, since everyone is in the chat, happy Monday. Since everyone's in the chat, what I am planning out, and this is still kind of in the working phases, and Kyrie's actually kind of inspired me a lot about doing this. So when I get to 100 members, when I get to 100 members, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna sit there and select like random people, and I'm gonna do some sort of giveaway. So I want to do a giveaway. I want to do something to just show everyone my appreciation, just for everything that everyone does, making these streams fun and entertaining. ZK, oh yeah, I said say ZK. Yes, making these streams entertaining, just being super supportive, and just getting me here. So it's just my way of saying thank you. So yes, that is the plan. So when I get to 100 members, I'm gonna do a giveaway. Um, Darby's in the chat. Gloria is in the chat. ZK says, I missed the old Nina. You mean like the actress or just the way she was? WC says, how can. Oh, WC, Diane is not her lawyer. No, she got, I forgot what she got, but she got somebody else. She got somebody else to do it. Martin Gray is representing her. Krista says, I think if Nina generally apologizes for everything she's done, Willow for. Yeah, the actress, okay. So I want to test something. So I need somebody to test this because I want to. I'm going to be doing some polls in a minute, but I want to sit there and test this to see if this works. Um, so if anyone that's not a member want to click on that and see if it takes you to the member, I just want to make sure that that works. Um, and Rihanna is in the chat. What's good, and Rihanna? How was your trip? Ariana, along with a lot of other names, have been struggling for a hot minute to sit there and get her name right. I'm very happy that I did that. So she said, yes, I tried. It works. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Thank you, Tracy Steves. Thank you so much. It's going to be a good year for everyone. It's going to be a good year. I feel it. Of course, Squire, of course. Well, I didn't want to sit there and also call you Victoria because there's somebody else in the chat that's named Victoria, so I'm glad I got your name right. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. It's a really good group. So yeah, Monique, I actually put it. It's in my post. It's in one of my community tab. So if you go to the community tab, it's going to bring you to his page. You could just watch it. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Well, I mean, it's a great year so far. I have people like you in my live stream, and you support me and stuff like that. So I really feel like it's going to be a good year so far. Well, I know, Ariana, but still, you get to travel. That's cool in itself. I mean, I know it's a bonus for what you do, but you got to enjoy the little things, you know. What's good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yes, Kyrese is doing reviews, Y&R reviews. I don't know what other kind of reviews you're going to be doing. You know, Kyrie, since I actually have you in the chat, what other reviews are going to be doing besides Y&R? You're just sticking to Y&R for now. Of course, Cat Lady. Of course, you know how to do it. You know, always going to sit there and support my subscribers, and I'm always going to fight for them. Because also Cat Lady, Cat Lady has a channel also, and she does reviews. Harry says, I know she wasn't on today, but every time I think of Porsche, I think of. Shauna says, Adam left Nick speechless today. Nikki said, I was looking at the spoilers for GH. Definitely seems like Sweeps is officially over. But, well, I don't know. Wednesday may be a good episode. Just saying. I mean, you should watch tomorrow's episode too, but yeah. From what I understand, Wednesday is supposed to be a good episode too. Just saying. Karen says, Esme, outmatched Spencer today. Even with amnesia, she still bested him. Yeah, Karen, we're still getting some good of well, not good. We're still getting some of that fire of old Esme. So Solomon says one story you never see on Wire is Phyllis and Sharon turning gay and sleeping together. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. That'll just be kind of odd, though. I mean, I understand what people are talking about when they talk about Brooke and Taylor and how it doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to sit there and go that direction. But I mean, let's be honest, we all know what that's about. Carrie says, I'm still thinking of a second show to do. I want my second show to be a non soap opera, but the only one I can think of is something I don't want to do is Monday Night Raw. That show is too long. Okay. Well, you know what, Kyrie's, I'm going to be a fan anyway, so I'm going to be watching. Michael Armstrong says, what have you heard about Wednesday on GH? Trigena's in the chat. What's good, Trigena? Um, I don't know. Let's just sit there and say Michael Armstrong. I heard from a friend that it may be good. So, all I can sit there and say is that I heard from a friend that Wednesday may be good. So, I wish I could give more detail, but just keep watching. I would say keep watching. Valerie says Esme didn't even acknowledge that she jumped while pregnant. Darby says I'm sort of an introvert, so it takes me a long while to open up to new people. So I believe that even if I dislike you at first, given time, I will find out. Oh, Ariana says it's great to sleep in my own bed tonight. I mean, do you sleep? Well, what do you sleep like in hotel? It's weird, Ariana. Sometimes I actually like sleeping in hotel beds. Like I really do. Um, it's always an adventure sleeping in somebody else's bed. I would say. How have you been, Trigena? Curry says maybe if will be SmackDown, I have to get rid of Dish next month because I don't have access to Fox. Are you serious? That sucks, Kyrie's. That sucks. And it's funny too, Kyrie, that you because I used to have Dish Network, and I think the only thing I actually liked about it was that it worked out well when I used to record stuff on my VCR, because it would go right to the channel, and I would time it so that way, like 7 o'clock, something come on, or whatever. Okay, Ariana. It's Ariana is. I feel like I'm probably going to mess up your name a little bit because there's a character on Days of Our Lives named Ariana. And even though she's not on the show, every time I see her name, I'm sitting there thinking like, "A Ariana," but it is Ariana now. Someone says, "Albert, you sound like a 60-year-old woman named Jerry with the hotel bed thing. No offense, but it was kind of funny to me for no reason." No, it's cool. So, listen, Solomon, as long as you get a good laugh out of it, I'm cool. Darby says, "I like to learn. I like." Darby says, I like about you to learn to like living with you. I think being friends with Nina or Ava's like that. Cutler says might be that wine. Okay, might be an inside joke with that chat. But I didn't actually do a poll today. So um Darby says it was continued from the first message. Oh, okay. This is pretty much a basic question, so I'm gonna leave it up for like maybe 6 minutes, and for the people who watch General Hospital, this one's somewhat of an easy. Well, that's kind of an easy question, or is it? Was General Hospital good today? Now, Denise says deep down there's still a piece of Nina that is broken. Remember, she was in a coma for a year. Her mother took her children away from her. She's yearning to have that connection with her child. That's very true. That's very true. But see, that's when you get into one of those things where it's like therapy, you know, therapy. Learn how to deal with your emotions. And granted, I'm not saying therapy is the cure or answer or anything like that, but it's a start. It's something. At the very least, it's a tool. Carrie says, "Yes, I enjoyed." Jason, all right. What did you enjoy about Jason? Nikki said it was just okay for me. I only enjoyed the make. It's funny. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say the same thing, Nikisha. The Mason and Austin stuff. It's and Spencer and Esme, yes. Valerie says it was okay for me. Shannon said, "Did you notice that when Spencer said how Liz know, she wouldn't tell him?" Yeah, I'm wondering. Hmm. But Shannon, I think it was more of the fact that like she was already vexed by Spencer and Nicholas and stuff. Karen says, "Okay." Darby says, "I think I can learn to like or love Nina if I had enough time to know her and she be like friends." Lauren is in the chat. What's good, Lauren? Laura B says, "I like that Spencer didn't get his way too." Yeah, and and that's the thing, Laura B. When I was sitting there doing my review, I was very torn because part of me looked at it and I was like, his heart is in the right place. He doesn't want his brother to be raised at Spring Ridge. But then the other part of me was like, you don't get to sit there and talk to somebody like that. Like child services, you don't get to sit there and talk to her like that. You know, it's like he talked to her like he was talking down to her, like she was some sort of servant or something. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's not how that works. Valerie says, I agree with what Willow said about Nina. Yep. Monique says, with Nick, it's like you can feel what you feel is right for you, and it has to be what I feel. I'm gonna leave that up for a minute because I want to ask the people in YNR a question. Freddie says that was guilt on Michael's face. I believe when Ulbrich and Willow were talking about life and second chances, Michael should stop. Yes, very good observation, Freddie. Very good observation. Harry says, I really want Laura and Kevin to put their foot down with Spencer. They are the ones that take custody. Yeah, I don't see it. I do not see it. As far as Spencer, like raising a child, he's still a child himself. Laura says Nina isn't silent because instead of being part of Willow's life, she's plotting events that will push her away. Nikki said, I don't understand why they had Spencer had work at Kelly's and go to jail if it wasn't. I agree with that, Nikki. I do. Double C. Thank you, Double C. Yes, wow, we got 40 people in the chat. We got 13 likes. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Really does. Um, so thank you, Double C. Thank you for saying that. Because sometimes I kind of, you know, Herman is in the chat. What's good, Herman? Okay, Herman. Well, I'm glad that you're listening in, and I hope you're having a great day or great night so far. Yeah, Denise. I'm not gonna like. It's what's good, Ron? It's weird because it's like uh, part of me wants part of me wants to feel bad for Lee. Part of me wants to feel bad for Lee, even though he's done some jacked up stuff. Part of me wants to feel bad for him. Very true, Monique. I would agree with that. Oh, we only got 40. I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit longer since we got like 42 people in the chat. Let me know if you did enjoy GH today. Um, in the vote, if you can vote, let me know. How have you been doing, Ron? CW says Spencer attitude today prove how nowhere ready for response. Yeah, exactly, CW. And that's the thing, he still comes across as entitled. He still comes across as entitled. And he says, right, Lee does it to himself. He keeps coming back for more. Here's the thing, Denise, and I guess I mean, granted, I've never been with someone that's been like super feisty like that. I heard it's supposed to be cute or whatever, but I mean, come on now. What kind of shady ish is that? Going to sit there and try to meet this dude in the park? Like, are you kidding me? Laura B says, I'm surprised that Kevin hasn't talked to Laura about taking a baby. It is his niece. Laura B says, baby Stefan should go live at least in France. Opera Doc's in the chat, but I'm gonna call you G Love. I'm Opera Doc, that's gonna be your name. It's gonna be that's gonna be your nickname. It's gonna be G Love. So I hope you're okay with it. Because I'm gonna use it. Okay. Um, Freddie says even God knows himself, Spencer. That's true. Squire says, how about Dex? How do people feel about him? All right, I'm gonna end that poll because that's a good question, Squire. This one I'm gonna leave up a little bit longer now. That's a very good question. How do y'all feel about Dex so far? Now Mel said, I don't blame Eric calling Bella what he said about her because they are both not perfect. Hmm. Krista says, I liked all the little moments today on GH. Yeah, Jessica, I'm trying to understand that too. I don't understand where that name came from. Yeah, Jessica said the question was with a yes or no. Oh, very true. My bad. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Let me try that again. Wow. Thank you, Jessica. You like Dex in General Hospital? Yes or no? Once I get that other poll up and running, Laura B says I'm still on the fence about him. I need to know more. Okay, Michael Armstrong. Okay. Yeah. Um, do you like Dex so far? Or do you like Dex, yes or no? Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, no, trust me, that Jessica, I remember in the early conversation that you like Dex. Um, some people don't like him. Some people think that he's a replacement of Jason. Some people think that he is very robotic. Um, yeah, of course, Jessica. Trust me, I've seen you enough in the chat to read your comments, so I know. Herman says, I have not really been a Spencer fan, but I'm admire the actor who plays him. To be honest, I don't really care much for the 90% of the characters in GH, and it's mostly because of the bad character writing. Character assassination. Okay, Herman. Oh, Nikisha, oh, you like Brando? Okay. Yeah, Brando, honestly, tell you, Brando was such a waste. Brando was such a waste towards the end. It was sad. Now, Mel says, I love the way Liam put Caesar Doubt. Yeah, you know, Mel, it actually was a good scene. It was a good scene. I think the only scene that I actually didn't like was Deacon and Sheila. Because I don't need to sit there and watch like really corny lovemaking scenes. Herman says if I didn't care for Spencer, Dex isn't even on my radar. Hmm. And he says I love Chase and definitely with Sasha. Yeah, Jessica, it was such crap. Melly says Dex is Brando's son. You know, Karen, I can see that. I can see that. It would have made sense, Jessica. I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess they didn't want to. I don't know, maybe piss off the Steve Burton fans or whatever. Laura says Brando was salvageable. Dex ain't salvageable. Well, you know, Lauren, it's still time for Dex, but I see it though. I see, you know, I get it. Oh, Darby, I have a better question. Who do you like more, Dex or Spencer? Okay, I'm just gonna verbally ask this one because my Q&A isn't working. The GH fans, who do you like more? Spencer or Dex? Jessica, you didn't even have to sit there and write that, and I already know. Um, but I actually tell you the truth, I think most of the people in the chat know. One says people get scolded on soaps. The next, seriously? And Gloria also says Dex. Cat Lady says Spencer. Okay. Now Monique says people get scolded on soaps, and the next day it's like, oh, come on here now, baby. It's okay. Look who we have in the chat. The one and only Nathaniel Gray. Let's everyone say hi to Nathaniel Gray, aka Bad Boy of Port Charles. Um, Mason. Thank you for joining us. Nathaniel Gray. Nathaniel Gray. Jesus Christ. I said Nathan Gray. Okay, so I kind of had a little bit of this, so I'm gonna blame that. That's right, Jessica. Like I said in one of my other streams, you never know who's going to. You never know who's going to be watching or who may stop by. Jay Blue is in the chat. What's good, Jay Blue? Yeah, yeah, Lauren. Now, I said before, well, also I said, Nikisha said that Mason and Austin, along with Spencer and Esme, was the best scene in this episode. Yeah, Herman, his voice is very intimidating. Yes, let's everyone give Nathaniel Gray a warm welcome. Yeah, Jessica, you would have thought that he would have actually milked it a little bit more, but you know what? I'm kind of glad that he didn't sit there and beat around the bush. CW says, "Hey, Nathaniel, you are killing your scenes today." It's true. Harry says, "I wonder if Mason is going to cross path with Miss Wu." Herman says, Nathaniel about to turn Mason into the future Sonny. Because for those who know, Sonny was a two-bit crook when he first came on the show, and look at Big Daddy now. Nathaniel says, apparently I'm the only person who gets to eat in all my... That is very true. He actually does eat real legit food. That's actually a really cool job. I mean, you're already sitting there working, and on top of that, it's like, no, they're not actually going to give him like prop food. It's like, no, we're going to give you like actual real food and drinks. That's a pretty sweet gig. Mel says, I don't like Jack and Diane. Them being engaged is not going to last because of Jeremy. And Phyllis, don't forget Phyllis. Karen says, who's Mason's boy? I don't think that he would actually be able to give that away, even if he knew. Like, come on now, let's not ask some questions that he probably shouldn't be answering. Um, because we actually like Nathaniel Gray on the show. We want to keep him on the show. Seriously. And I've said this before. Like Mason's character definitely breathed some life back into Austin's storyline. That's just a fact. You could pretty much ask anyone in the chat. Shakira's in the chat. What's good, Shakira? Cat Lady says Mason boys can't be Olivia now. She would then after Ava. I, I mean, and granted, this is my guess. I still feel like it could be. I still feel like it could be what you call it, Olivia. I mean, we've seen Cyrus run stuff behind the scenes. What's good, Dara? That's right. Nathaniel is not talking about plot points. So, what's good, Graham TV? Yeah. No reality. I mean, personally, I don't want to get spoiled. Well, okay, I kind of do, but at the same time, it's like fans want to just. Now, Nathaniel says I've tried to say Austin instead of cuz as much as possible. I think cuz kind of sticks though, to be honest. Because in all reality, I feel like cuz is like it's much more intimidating than actually saying Austin. Because it's like I don't know. Atara's in the chat. What's good, Atara? I'm not a fan of Nina because she doesn't see her actions as wrong. Hippie's in the chat. What's good, Hippie? I saw you before and I didn't say hi, so my bad. Oh, Michael Armstrong, that's a very good point. I mean, that's a very good question. What, Nathaniel, was you a fan of the show? Was you a fan of General Hospital before you know, started coming on to the show? And Nathaniel said, no, I never watched the show. It was a surprise they hired me. Okay. And Darby says, so Nathaniel, what day is the scene where you shoot? Oh, that's funny. And he couldn't even answer that if he wanted to. Um, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I thought, yeah, I read that too. I was like, she cares in the chat. Jessica says, yeah, I could see Mason Boss being Miss World. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Nathaniel said, my mother watched the show when I was a kid, but I personally never watched any soaps. Okay. Like, I want to ask this question, but I don't. I mean, well, obviously Nathaniel doesn't have to answer it, but is she happy that you're on the show, though? Since it's a show that she did watch, is she actually happy that you're on the show? Is that I was gonna say that, Jessica. Krista says my guesses are. Simon said, where was the last time you talked to David Lengo from Y&R? Hippie says the gangsta had been pretty quiet. Yes, ZK. Good, 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 Nathaniel, good. I mean, I would hope she would be. Because, like I said, you're killing it. So, what's good, Big Nate? Thank you for joining. Monique said, what if Mason was his Portia's brother? Weird thought. It may not be out the possibilities, though. That's good, though. That's good. Then the case said more Miss Wu is a good thing. Mason and Miss Wu working together would be so much fun. They have a similar vibe in charge and calculating. Nathaniel says Lego has been going through some family things, prayers for his family, so it's been middle of last year. We spoke. Dave is kind of a recluse at the moment. Nathaniel also says, "Hey, cat lady." Herman says, "Of all GH creeps squared higher, Nathaniel has to be the most real look and feel about him. Reminds me of the actor who played Jerry. And I can see that. Wow, that is. I'm not gonna lie. That is definitely high praise, Herman. As you know, Jerry Jacks. I think his name is Sebastian something, but in all reality, either it doesn't matter if he's Jerry Jacks or if he's Michael Michelson. He's still scary. Shakira says, "I'm out," and should be okay. The 20th, yes. Jay Blue said, "Did I miss an episode in which they made mention of Portia's brother doing bad things?" No, you did not. Jay Blue. So far, it's just theories, just fan theories. But this one is really hitting me. Nathaniel says, "I'm really humbled by all the love." Well, Nathaniel, you're a genuine person, and in all reality, you deserve all the success that you're getting, and you are actually good at your job. So that does help, and people actually like your character. So that's good. Nathaniel says, "I feel like I'm getting to hang out acting on the show." Oh, okay. Thank you, Herman. Yes, thank you, Herman. Now, Nathaniel said, "I'm just trying to do a good job and make you guys have something entertaining to watch." We are definitely pulling that off. Like I said, Mason was literally a character that breathed life back into Austin's storyline. So, like right then and there, that's already so much of an improvement. Ron says, Nathaniel Gray, are you aware that Marcus Columbus, your co-star, was harassed on Twitter by delusional fans because of his role? Hmm, I'm not even going to answer that for him. I should probably slow down this. Krista says, I think Portia's brother Zeke is involved. I don't know what, that would actually be cool if it was, though. That really would. Now, Michael Armstrong says, Nathaniel, have you been asked to appear on Maurice Bernard's State of Mind? And I'll ask a follow up question: would you go? Like, Would you go on his show, State of Mind, if he was asked? And the thing is, I've been hearing some fans been, and the things I've been hearing some fans have been a little intense. Okay, yeah. I think honestly, yeah, exactly. Nathan. I mean, I think it'd be cool if we did go on State of Mind. I mean, that's like if you are up for that. 'Cause I know it can get kind of personal. I would sit there and say, like, if he did go on State of Mind, like they do talk about some stuff, you know. Yes, cat lady. Trust me, I know this wine is hitting me, but like at one point it was actually at 50. Um, and again, since I actually do have 50 people in the chat, long story short, when I get to 100 members, when I get to 100 YouTube members, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So, yes. Every says, I think Mason is like what Sonny was when he first arrived. He's hungry like Sonny was when he worked for Frank, and Sonny is not going to be ready for Mason to strike. And Nathaniel said, no, I have not. Honestly, I have never spoken with him. We just pass each other in the halls. But soon I'm sure we will meet officially. I would if he asked me, why not? And cool. Well, I gotta sit there and say, like, if Nathaniel Gray was on State of Mind, I would definitely watch. I mean, I do watch anyway, like depending on certain actors and stuff like that, but that would be one hell of a show. What's good, Becky D? Thank you for joining. We got the amazing, talented Nathaniel Gray in the chat. So you're gonna ask questions. Just make sure it's not questions, just like spoilers and stuff, because we want my guy to be on the show still. I'm gonna read out this question, but I don't think you can answer it. What's good, AJ? Lauren says, Nathaniel, give us the tea. Who is the messiest person on set? How have you been doing, AJ? It's always great to see you in the chat. AJ says Dex is Aaron Boy. Ron says Albert, now that Deacon and Sheila. Oh, it's going to be crazy. Georgiana says he don't like Dex at this point. He serves no purpose other than a shadow character until they finish writing his script. They might be talking about somebody else because I don't know who this person is. That's one. Wow. Holy. I was actually about to curse when I actually saw him. And Nathaniel says the extras, they gossip the. Now, Nathaniel says the extras, they gossip the most. Interesting, interesting, interesting. 54 people in the chat. If you are enjoying it, and what's good, Patrick? I'm glad. Hope you actually had a good vacation. 54 people, well, 53 people in the chat. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Um, Darby says, I meant up close. He looks dangerous, but as you can see, the people view him from a distance don't view him as a threat. He really is. How was your vacation, Patrick? And thank you for coming through tonight. If you're a GH fan, we got the Nathaniel Gray, aka Mason. And Nathaniel says it's interesting in the green room. It's interesting in the green room. I kind of I want to know why is it interesting in the green room? Only if you can sit there and answer that. Shauna says Dollar Bill was command, but after this, no more. Hippie says great monster. Thank you, Hippie. Thank you. No, no. I mean, I'm just got some sunlight and plenty of nice, 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 nice. Well, the like button really does help. It really does. But thank you, Hippie, for even thinking that. Then Denise said, "Can you give one insight to the green room?" I like that, Lauren. I like that. I'm I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of like waiting with like bated breath, if that makes any sense. 'Cause I'm kind of curious about that. Herman says, "Why am I the only one who does not want to know about the actor's real life?" Shakira says, "Hi, Herman. It's something personal." Monique says, "Why do I get the feeling Sheila is going to somehow find a way to turn Bill and Deacon against each other?" You know, Monique, if anyone could do it, I would sit there and say it would be Sheila. If anyone could sit there and do it, it will be Sheila. Shakira says, "I'm feeling unwanted." Why are you feeling unwanted, Shakira? I mean, like in the chat right now, you feeling unwanted because a lot of people, always asking about you. You know. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Denise M. You are amazing. Thank you. And Nathaniel says, "Oh, okay. At the GH building, you walk in past security, down the hall, and the green room are extra holdings, but we all get coffee and water from that place and run lines, play chess, read." Daniel says it's relaxing, but all extras stay there and chat all day. Hmm. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Very interesting. Very interesting. Nathaniel says, so you hear all kinds of things if you sit long enough. Hmm. Krista says, Nathaniel Gray, do you have any other upcoming projects you can share? Yeah. Nathaniel says, I know they do films outside, but rarely or interior, as far as I know, or on set. Yeah, Freddie, a lot of people have just given up on the whole Chase and Brooklyn thing. Well, I mean, Shakira, I hope anyone didn't make you feel like that you weren't wanted or anything like that. Because, like I said, a lot of people do ask about you in the chat, Shakira. Darby says, I thought Bella hated salmon. Laura says, I thought the green room tea would be juicy. Monique says, I view celebrities as regular people. They go to work, they do the best they can, get a paycheck, pay some bills, be with family, then start the next day all over again. Yeah. And that's the thing, Monique. There's some people that's very down to earth, and there's some people that's very snooty. Um, I think that's just how it is with everyone. Like when Nathaniel Gray, he comes across well, he's very down to earth. You know, I've said this before. You know, um, my members live that he's just a very chill person. Nathaniel says I wrote two television shows for an upcoming network that is about to launch. I also acted in a couple of the shows that network is going out. They still need to finish launching. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Nathaniel. Oh, okay. Okay, Carries. Thank you. Well, Shakira, I'm always here to sit there. I'm always here if you ever want to talk about anything. You know, Francis Albert, why won't the writers give Sheila back a bit? Because Sheila's like 70 something years old. That's why, Ron. Because he's like 70 something years old. Now Nathaniel says, so I can't talk too much about that, but some big stuff, maybe. Okay. Well, like I said, we're definitely fans. We're definitely fans of yours. I know you don't like using the word fans, but we are definitely supporters of you, Nathaniel. And Nathaniel says one of the roles will make you laugh, though. I am definitely looking forward to it. Squire Sheila is a character that's on The Bold and the Beautiful. Of course, Shakira, we're always here for you. You know that. We are always here for you. That's another reason why I like doing these live streams, though. You know, um, it's a lot of fun, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like for like an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, we get to sit there and just chill and just kind of support each other. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this one role that's gonna make people laugh. So I'm with it. Quiet said that's awesome. AJ said I haven't been chatting a lot. I've been busy today. Well, AJ, I'm glad that you were able to sit there and even if you're just listening, um, I'm glad you're able to do that. It's been a minute. I know you've been busy and stuff like that, but let's put it this way: it's always good to sit there and see you in the chat. Lauren said, "I support that. I suppose that's a good thing." Now, Denise said Nathaniel Raff. What? What did I miss? Okay, I didn't miss anything. Now, Nathaniel said I just wrote the idea I came out with and worked with much more talented writers to flesh the story out. Now, Cat Lady says something that I cannot pronounce. AJ said I missed most of GH because my dad was running his mouth on the phone with my mom talking to me. I've been there. I've been there. And then it says one of the roles is less, which is one of the set one of the seven deadly sins. But why is it funny? But why is it funny? Is I'm just dragged. Sometimes I'm just dragged, but I'm very evil. Well, Nathaniel, I was just gonna say, like, when it comes to us playing like very like intimidating and like kind of evil, somewhat characters, you definitely do it to a T. I would never want to sit there and be in the dark alley with Mason ever. I don't even think I want to be in an alley with Mason. Period. No matter what day or what time day or night it is. Everybody says, what makes me feel good on depressing day? I listen to music. I listen to. Hmm. I do stuff that sit there and make me feel better, but I can't talk about it here. Um, it just said I just be in my own home right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, Rob. But you know how some people are now. Polka Dot is in the chat. What's good, Polka Dots? Wow, we are getting all the superstars here tonight. Nathaniel says, no, I didn't drag like I dress like a woman or I will be. Okay, that okay, now that's something I gotta say. That's something I gotta say. Polka Dots was good. Polka Dots says just tuning into the show. Love you, bro. Love you more. Polka Dots, we actually got a actor from the show General Hospital. Mason, aka Nathaniel Gray, is in the chat. I don't know what I did to actually deserve this, but yeah, I don't know actually what I did to deserve this. Jenna said, okay, Nate, if you're in my guy Abba's chat as a fluke, then yeah, I'll be watching. No, no, no. I want to sit there and say, yeah, exactly, Polka Dots. Polka Dots said, you're great people. Now, I have a great group of people that come in here. We chat, we have a great time. Um, yeah, AJ, yeah. The guy, Nathaniel Gray is in the chat. Trust me, I'm Nathaniel said, you're awesome. I like, you hear that? That is amazing. Wow. Nathaniel said, you guys are awesome. So, yeah, it's official. ZK said, you're a humble Albert. Well, I appreciate that, Karen and ZK. But I like to sit there and think that I attract good people around me. And you know, and people who watch YouTube for a while. Hippie says, Mason, stop picking on Austin. I like him. Um, have a good night, Gloria. Thank you for joining. It was great to see you as always. Yes, that's true. That's true, Georgina. Um, but you know, you've seen it before. If you watch YouTube, you've seen people on here that aren't exactly good, you know, good people, whatever, and they attract very terrible people. And I like to sit there and think that I attracted a really good group. And like I said, never know who's going to come to the chat. Never know. Polka Dot said it's all love here. Yes. And Daniel said, hippie, I would love to, but guys at ABC post my strengths, I have to do what I'm told to do. You heard him, hippie. Valerie said, yeah, you keep Austin interesting right now. Exactly, Valerie. DC. We get more celebrities up in here. DC Soul Sanctuary is up in the chat. What's good, DC? Let's everyone say what's up to DC. Wow. Monique says, what you're doing, Albert, is amazing, giving people a place to express themselves with no judgment. Those things can get heated. Yes, I know. Thank you. But thank you, Monique. Thank you. Yeah, they really can. Now, oh, DC, Nathaniel Gray's in the chat, aka the bad boy of Paul Charles Mason. Nathaniel said, hello, DC. I love what I do. I really do. Yeah. Janet is in the chat. The one and only, the gorgeous goddess Janet is in the chat. What's good, Janet? Janet, we got a couple of celebrities is in the chat. Janet, I don't think I love B&B. Janet, do you watch General Hospital or just B&B? Valerie says we are all starstruck. No, on a serious note, Nathaniel is a very chill, regular guy, you know, and oof, I think I actually drank a little bit too much wine. When he says, "Do you think Sheila will turn on Bill and Deacon at the same time?" Monique, somebody said that Sheila may sit there and want to switching it on them, making them turn against each other. It's true, Valerie. I'm just like, because I'm sitting there thinking, what's going to wind up happening when I try to stand out? And DC says, I scrolled up in the chat. What is the new show and the thing he's working on? Something where he's going to be in drag, which I will be watching. Um, that's going to be interesting. Janet, I'm just being honest. I'm just stating facts. If he says it's Janet, the other celebrity, you damn right she's a celebrity. It's all good, Nathaniel. Listen, I just appreciate you being in the chat. So thank you. And the fact that thank you. I'm just gonna say thank you. Clearly I try exactly, Valley. Dude's making moves. But he still has time to sit there and talk to the fans. So if he says when I grow up I'm gonna be a movie star. He just said I caught her in 4K. Laura says yes, he is going to be channeling his inner drag race and he's going to look fabulous while doing it. I endorse that. When he says whatever happened to Jack regarding Diane, he deserves it. People warned him about Diane, but he didn't listen. DC says, so Nathaniel, is it more like a disguise drag, not RuPaul, not a RuPaul drag? Nathaniel said, no, it's full blown for the character. Hmm. Well, I gotta say, when this comes out, I'm definitely gonna sit there and watch it. Oh, not only am I gonna watch it, I'm gonna do a review on it. And Nathaniel says, I mean, Nathaniel is a good looking man. I'm sure he'll kill it in drag. Big Samuel was in the chat. What's good, Samuel? Samuel, whenever you're here, you're on time. How you doing tonight? I've been saying this multiple times, and I actually feel like I drunk too much wine. But Nathaniel Gray's in the chat, aka Mason. Yeah, polka dots. I can't wait to see it out there. It says I'm good. I'm just tired. I'm always tired. Well, then you work hard. You know, like you said, you wake up. You wake up earlier than I do every day. So you are. Trust me, you are more entitled to sit there and be tired than me. DC says, "Not Albert with the wine is giving every." uh, I will sit there and say that I don't know if I'm actually gonna recommend this one. It's not bad, but it's sweet. Polka dot said, "What kind of wine are you sipping on?" What is this? Marlon? Yeah, Marlon. Whatever this is, but it's Marlin. So Marlo, Jesus Christ. Have a good night, Denise. Thank you for joining. Now, Nathaniel, you do not have to sit there and say sorry. Um, the fact that you are in the chat You are blessing us with your presence. That means a lot. Oh, you're a Chardonnay girl. Okay. All right, hippie. All right, polka dots. Valerie says Marlot. I kept saying the same Marlowe. Jeez. Well, to be fair, I didn't actually read that right when I was actually sober, so I don't exactly expect to read that when I'm not sober. Laura says, I wonder if Sonny is going to look for Nicholas on his own. He did seem like he was. Like, shaken, not stirred. I love it. Yeah, polka dots. That's pretty much how we get down Monday through Friday. Samuel says, but I'm struggling with work. Like I hate working. It's not about the job. I just hate the idea of working and what it means to my life. Maybe I'm the only one who. No, trust me, Samuel. You are not. You're not. Well, well, is it? Well, he says it's not the job. Carly says no. It's spelled Marla. You said it. Okay, so I did say right. Okay, cool. At least I actually said that right. Herman says happy hour taking drinks orders. Yes. You know, my whole thing is when I rich say Marlo, poor people say the first thing I was going to think when I started like doing these whole have a good night, Kyrie's. Also, Kyrie again, I'm gonna sit there and say this again. Kyrie's is doing Y&R reviews, so definitely check out his channel, show him some love. I'm actually loving the review so far, so um DC I'm trying to rate this. DC says Abed always struck me as a course like kind of guy, but I guess he's channeling his inner ELQ. Yeah, I thought about that, like wine coolers and stuff like that, but I was just like, hmm, I want to sit there and kind of keep him a little bit gentleman like. Have a good night, ZK. Samuel says it's not about the job. I just hate work culture. We spend more time working than we do anything else. That's true. We spend more time working hard to enjoy to actually have a good life than we do actually enjoying the life that we have. Sammy, you do got a point. DC says no, Coors Light is a beer. I figure you were a beer guy. No, 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 no. I do not like actually having a beer belly. And plus, I can't really find a beer that I actually like. Raleigh says, yes, I miss Crazy Cyrus. I do too. I miss Crazy Cyrus as opposed to the Bible thumping version that we get now. Have a good night, ZK. Thank you for joining. What is going on in the chat? DC says, beer is just so gross, it seems. Yeah, yeah, DC. And that's the thing. Usually when I go out, I have Heineken as like a default thing because I don't really know much about like alcohol and beer and stuff. But I really do not like Heineken at all. Like it tastes gross. It tastes absolutely disgusting. Yeah, Jessica, we do. That's why exactly I was like, I wasn't really too much of a fan of them trying to redeem Esme. Polka Dot said, corporate wants me to come in 2 hours early. I gotta have a good night, Polka Dots. Thank you for joining. Um, Polka Dots is amazing at what she does with music, so definitely check out her channel on Instagram. Samuel says, an idea of doing something you love so you never feel like you're working had to. Samuel says, and the idea of doing something you love Doing something you love so you never feel like you have to work hard to be said by a rich, privileged person. Mm, I guess, Samuel, I guess a little bit. Um, Atara says, how do you feel Victor Castle is going to do to Esme's baby? Probably kidnap her. Herman says, Albert, that's because you are drinking. Now Nathaniel says, I can't do wine. The smell gives me a hangover. Hmm. Interesting. Well, I mean, Nathaniel, I feel like you come across more of a beer guy. Um, what do you actually like to drink, though? Yeah, Jen, and then Nathaniel Gray's in the chat. Nathaniel, what do you actually like to drink as far as like alcohol? I need some good recommendations. No, like seriously, I need some good recommendations. I don't like hangovers in general, which is another reason why I should probably slow down. AJ said I don't drink beer like that, but when I do, Heineken, of course, Light. Nathaniel said I'm a whiskey man, and I don't care what everyone else says. I like my cocktails with little umbrellas. Whiskey. Oh, okay. I can see that. I don't know why, but I can see that, Nathaniel. Whiskey's kind of strong. I don't. Whiskey seems like a big boy drink. I don't know if I'm actually ready for whiskey. Samuel says, I hope not. I don't want another murder mystery for Diane. I hope they don't bring her back to kill her again. Jessica, you're not a fan of beer. Okay, yeah, no, Herman says, I like the wines, Brents, vodka, gin, rum. Ooh, AJ, margaritas. Okay. Hippie says, I can't drink once. I can drink once in a while, a year. Lauren, oh, year. Beer is something you can drink when you want to grow hair on your. Nathaniel says, I used to design cocktails. Oh, for Nathaniel being a jack of all trades. Okay. Patrick says, I'm a wine person, good Merlot wine, and playing a nice. DC says, I'm catching up on this show called Ruthless, and my man Tyler Perry knows how to write a show. Hmm. Shakira says, hi, Nathaniel Gray. Oh, AJ, I love Mike's Hard Lemonade. I will sit there and say I love Mike's Hard Lemonade. Whiskey, Jesus, that's. DC says I feel like Tyler Perry could write for a daytime soap and do it well and blow all of these writers out the water. Valerie, what kind of drinks do you like? Oh, Jessica, you're a wine cooler girl. Okay. Hippie margaritas. Okay. I'll go with Mexican food. Oh, Shakira, I don't drink anymore. Nothing wrong with that. DC says, well, see, I just caught that. Now you reference. And then he says, I will send you some cocktails I made and a good margarita mix for you to try, Albert. I'll be with it, Nathaniel. I will be with it. Um, I don't think I've ever actually had cocktails. I remember the last time I actually had a good cocktail. So, I mean, the recipe, of course. Yeah. Patrick says also make blueberry lemonade. I do like blueberries and I do like lemonade. Have a good night, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Oh, Hippie says I like the Tyler Perry movies. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got hyped for a minute when Nathaniel said that. As far as cocktails, it's like okay, cool. And he was like, and by make, I mean send you the recipe. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool too. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Yes, we got 33 people in the chat. We got 25 likes. So yes, hit the like button. It really does help. Um, because we're getting all people in. We're getting all type of people in. It really does actually help recommend other people to watch the stream. And DC says actually thought Nathaniel was going to actually go make exactly DC. I'm not gonna lie. Where he was like, and by make, I mean seeing the recipe. I was like, yeah, that's cool too. I mean, I'll be down to sit there and try some stuff though. All right, Nathaniel, that sounds like a plan. I would definitely be down for that. Well, I would sit there and say this much, Nathaniel. If you ever are in New York, you know, do some drinks. Definitely do some drinks. Atara says actually like the scene with Mason and Austin today. It felt mob like so. Nathaniel, you did a really. So Atara says I actually like the scenes with Mason and Austin today. It felt mob like so. Nathaniel, you did a really good job. You did kill it. Janice says I'm a realtor in Texas. I'm a celebrity here. Janet, you are a celebrity and also a supermodel. So let's not forget that. Janet is literally a supermodel. No, seriously, like she's gorgeous. I just want to throw that out there. Um, Samuel says, unfortunately, the soap business is not interesting in having black hair writers. Nathaniel says Tyler Perry is a soap writer, basically with a lot of shows. He makes my buddy is a sound guy for him, ATL, and he shoots like a soap. Virginia says yes, drinks do taste better when someone makes them. IG, do your normal balance? Do you normal tolerance and preference? It's funny, DC. As far as her being a realtor, because there was one point I actually wanted to do that. There was actually one point I wanted to, do like real estate and stuff like that. I don't know what happened, but at one point I wanted to do that. Oh, nice, Janet. DC used to live in Miami. Okay. Well, I was about to sit there and ask you, DC, where you're at now, but I'll talk to you about that offline. Yeah, I'm right, happy. Now, Janet says, I'm true Miami girl. Albert, you would be amazed. You would be amazing. Yeah, no, Nathaniel really does kill it in his scenes. Um, he comes across as very intimidating, like in the scenes with like Austin and stuff like that. So, Monique says I drink a beer to cure a hangover, like my grandma's. Monique, I actually heard of that too. Because I remember I actually had a really bad hangover. And somebody was like, drink beer. And at the time I was like, I never want to drink again. And until I decided to drink again. DC says, yeah, I lived in Miami for like 4 years. I went to school there for undergrad. Good Lord, the city messed me up. So many distractions. I can only imagine. Of course, Jessica says Miami is lit. DC says, well, technically, I still go to that same school, just remotely now for the past few years. I mean, well, I said, well, yeah. But I was going to sit there and say, DC, that must be, I was going to sit there and say, as far as it being distracting, like just living in Florida. But maybe it's just Miami because Miami does seem like a very party kind of city, you know? Herman says Tyler is a great producer and perhaps a good director, but a writer of worth I pass. I like M. Night Shyamalan. They try to do all the jobs and give us mediocre mess. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? AJ says, yes, I want to take a trip to the East Coast. How are you doing, Jonathan? Laura says, I respect what Tyler does for the city of Atlanta because he is very blunt, but his writing is predictable. I'm glad you're in the chat, I'm glad you're in the chat, Jonathan. Jonathan, Jesus Christ. We have Nathaniel Gray in the chat, aka Mason. Chargena says, LOL, Mason better try softly simply because he's not in the family territory. Then he's rolling by himself. He can't be the enforcer because Austin seemed more annoyed than scared. Chargena, I will say this, that is actually very true. Up until this point now with the whole blackmailing thing, he does seem like he was more annoyed than anything else. Like, don't get me wrong, Mason's presence does come across as creepy, like when he was sitting there talking to Maxie and stuff like that. DC says Miami was an experience, but it definitely made me who I am. I definitely get more in touch with my Haitian and Cuban roots living there, mostly so hating. Nathaniel said Mason isn't afraid of Austin. I will say that much. Now that's very true. That is very true. From day one, Mason has never seemed like he was scared of Austin. But it's kind of weird though, because it's one of those things where it's like they're family. So how afraid should Austin be of Nathan? I mean of Mason. Like, yeah, you can sit there and damage his life and stuff like that. You can right now put him behind bars and put um Ava behind bars. But Becky D says that doesn't mean Mason isn't dangerous. Exactly, Jonathan. The one and only Nathaniel Gray is in the chat. AJ said Mason is working for someone. Yeah, we've been trying to figure that out for forever. We've been trying to figure that out for forever. Monique says, I made one drink called True Serum. Don't know what I put in it, but when I served it, people was telling all the tea. What? Well, Monique, if you come across the recipe one day, let me know. Exactly, DC. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, wait. I was like, I'm sorry. What did I just read? But I honestly tell you the truth, I think that's probably one of Mason's greatest strengths. Is not really to intimidate Austin, but to intimidate the people around him. You know, Maxie, Georgie, which I don't recommend. Um, Ava. And yes, at some point you got Sunny. Okay, why the hell did Ava not sit there and go to Sunny with this problem? You literally have somebody in the mob that's job is to literally hide dead bodies. And at one point in time, did Ava not sit there and think, you know what, maybe I should get Sunny involved? No? I don't get that. Squire says, so amazing, isn't so amazed. Johnson says, I still think fake Roscoe could be the mystery boss index. Of course, that true. Mason seemed to want to push Austin to act based off and protect neighbor. That's very true. And Nathaniel said, I really have to say some of the. Where's my damn water? I felt like I moved too much. Nathaniel says, I really have to say some of the lines I had to deliver made me go, wow, this can't come off anyway other than creepy like a van that he yeah, especially with the whole Georgie thing. Oh, I offered her some candy, but she didn't want it. I guess, she doesn't talk to strangers, which is a good thing. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? Squire says I got the impression that Austin and Mason are from the Ma family. Angela Angel Blue. Oh, I'm sorry if I actually say you in the chat. Angel Blue says Sunny will use it against her one day. They are friends. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Mom thinks like she's in a really bad situation. I'm just like, listen, you can deal with Sunny another day. Right now, you need to sit there and deal with um Mason. Have a good night, Karen. Thank you for joining. It was a pleasure as always. Always good to see you in the chat. DC said, I'm big on the writing when it comes to soaps. DC, I think we're all kind of big on the writing when it comes to soaps. So when you really stop and think about it, Tara says Sunny needs to get together and do something for once. Yeah. Well, I mean, what has Sunny really been doing so far? But that's yeah. Angel Blue. That's a really good point. But again, I'm just like that's a tomorrow problem. Sunny is a tomorrow problem. You need to sit there and deal with Mason now. That's how I look at it. Ava's next month, she should be able to. I love how I love how Angel Blue says that with emojis. That is kind of true though. She does actually have a good point. Monique says, "Have you ever?" I want to read this question. Monique says, "Have you ever read a script, Nathaniel, when you were surprised with the dialogue and said, 'I can't believe my character would say this'?" Jessica said, "Did you hear Chad Do is having a baby with his girlfriend?" Yeah, yeah. Actually, tell you the truth, Shakira told me that. I wonder if it will last. Daisy Flowers in the chat. What's good, Daisy Flower? Now, DC says also to answer the video question, Nina is a regular but has a vulnerability and brings out the best in Sunny and challenges him to be a better man. I like that answer, DC. John says, I can only imagine what Faith Roscoe is plotting if she's alive. Squire says, yo, I heard fans were really hating on Cody. Squire, people still hate on Cody. Well, it's very hard to sit there and say hating, but there's a lot of people that dislike Cody. I don't personally get the huge animosity, but now Nathaniel says, well, beautiful people, Ataras, I must bid you a farewell. A fond farewell. It's been really fun, and if I don't see you, good night, good evening. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Have a good night, Nathaniel Gray. Thank you again for gracing us with your presence and, chatting with everyone in the chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Nathaniel Gray, everyone, definitely support him. That kind of goes without saying, but still. Dee Dee's in the chat was good. Like I said, I always sit there and say, you never know who's going to be watching or listening. So definitely come through. Nathaniel says, yes, I had that issue with scripts many times, but it's my job. Yeah, it is what it is. But yes, Nathaniel, thank you for being here. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's everyone say have a good night, Nathaniel, and thank you for your time. Squire says I like Cody. Let him develop. And Nathaniel says yes, and yes, that is my real voice. I can change it, but that's my natural voice. But yeah, here's the thing, Squire. I don't really get the huge amount of grr, you know. Yes, DC. I think. Well, to be fair, I've always actually had a problem with pronouncing people's names. I'm actually happy that I got. Well, to be fair, everyone in the chat actually helped me get the name Squire um, down. So I can't. I can't sit there and blame his unique spelling on um, me not being able to pronounce it. DC says, I hope Curtis gets over himself. He's so selfish. He needs to. Oh, DC, I love how, you know what? Listen, it's your opinion. I'm not going to sit there and knock it. I don't personally understand how is Curtis being selfish. Because if anyone's being selfish, it would be Portia. Hippie said, we have a cool chat. Yes. Yes, we do. It is very true. We actually do have a really good group. And it's pretty much everyone here that makes these chats, these live streams, so fun. Because at the end of the day, I'm just the host. Yes. This was that was pretty good. But it's always nice when we actually have a celebrity coming through. I never actually thought this would be my life, but I am very blessed. I would say that much. DC says, no, Digifly says, DC, maybe that's why he and Nina are best friends. Oh, that's a very interesting sentence. Herman, I'm actually really happy that you were able to make it to the live stream. because I know that you don't normally come through because like you usually watch the videos and stuff like that. So I'm very happy you were able to join, just like everyone else. Um, Gwen, Gwen, let me ask you. Okay, Gwen, since I actually have you in the chat right now, um, and how you doing tonight, Gwen? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gwen. Gwen, if you hit the I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna end the poem. So Gwen, if you actually hit the so if you actually hit the link in the comment section, it will actually take you to my membership thing. It actually took me way too long to actually form that. But no, I'm actually Gwen. I'm glad you're actually in the chat, and I'm sorry you're actually feeling sick. Oh yeah, no, Gwen, take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, Gwen, after a while, it's like I haven't seen you in the chat and stuff like that. I was like, where's Gwen at? Didi says I want Mason's character to stay on the show too. Now, just because it's so fun to interact with the actors. The actor, I look forward to the scenes now. Yes. Have a good night, cat lady. Thank you for joining. Gwen says, "Where's the link?" It's in the pin comment where it says my name Albert, and then it says YouTube. So you just click on that. You just click on that, and then you can join from there. DC says, "Anyway, Bostic Enterprises and Company. I gotta go. Have a good night, DC. We'll definitely talk throughout the week." But yeah, Gwen, it's actually in the pin comment. So it just says Albert, then it says YouTube. Just click on that, and it will take you to the join button. You just click on that. We have a lot of fun. We have a really good time in the live streams. Have a good night, DC. Becky D says, "Boo his." Good night, DC. Boo his. I love it. Johnson says, "What do you think of Bella review?" Oh, Johnson, I was there for it. I was there. Eric, I mean, Eric has been. Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, Eric has been a jackass to her, and I get that's her brother and stuff like that. But I'm like, you know what? Listen, let somebody else sit there and represent him. And even when they were sitting there talking, Eric was all like, "Oh, you failed the bar like 3 times," and I was like, "All right, bro, like really?" So listen, Eric is getting exactly what he deserves. I'm with it. And also, tell you the truth, it was really good to see Bella again. Kelly says, "I was saying Albert is going." And Kelly says, "I was saying Albert is going." I'm going where? Well, I am gonna. Yeah. Let's see. Where's my bar at? 24. Yeah, seeing how this laptop usually does for like 2 hours. I feel like that's kind of well. To be fair, I was actually just gonna do an hour and a half, but um, usually when we have these live streams and they're really fun, I just kind of lose sense of time. Herman says also just watch Curtis talk smack about Carly to Drew Drew Lavery, but his bestie is Nina, a stealer of babies and stealer of grown men identity. Gwen says, I hit it and it took me to the join button and I smashed the button, but nothing happened. Let me try it again. That's so weird. It's also so annoying. See, this is why I always sit there and say YouTube hates me. Oh, Catley says due to Catley says to bed due to wine. That is very true. I am actually going to hit the bed in a little bit. Yeah. Squire says I used to watch Days since I was a child as well, but stopped after most of my favorite characters left. Hearing you talk about Days makes me want to check it out again. It's good, Squire. It is. I'm gonna be honest, Squire. Days is actually my favorite soap opera out of all the four. Structurally, it's my favorite. Don't get me wrong. I love GH, but Days kills it. Days definitely kills it. Wow. Damn, that was a little bit too fast. Monique says love wrestling um Monique says love wrestling favorite matches. Razor versus Sean. You know, one thing I've noticed about when I do these live streams, these chats and stuff like that, I feel like for the most part, the people that come on my live stream, I can hang out with in real life. Like if I met y'all in real life, I feel like I can hang out with you. And I feel like that's another reason why I love doing these streams. Because I always sit there and say I feel like I'm um hanging out with friends. Now Johnson says the war between EJ and Stefan is going to end with Megan and Pierce. Oh, that's going to be Jonathan. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Seriously, Lauren, I feel like the people that I talk to in the streams, like that's in the group or whatever, I feel like I can hang out with in real life. Rami says you can't be doing this, my guy. Robbie Leg Lamb. Okay, Robbie Leg Lamb. Leg Lamp. Someone says, oh shoot. Gwen has become another member in the super supporters. Now I did sit there, thank you, Gwen. Thank you for joining. I did sit there and say when I get to 100, I'm going to be doing the giveaway, and that's still going to be happening. So thank you, Gwen. Thank you for becoming part of the squad. I actually thought I was going to be slurring my words a lot more. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, Gwen. I wish I would actually discovered how to do that before. Like dead serious. Squire says I thought AJ left. Well, the actor left. Well, the character and the actor left. He's being played by a different actor. So Squire, I don't know if that's actually a good thing or a bad thing. Have have a good night, Darby. Thank you for joining. Right, I will sit there and say, Squire, again, as much as I love GH and I grew up watching GH, and by grew up I mean like in high school. I love Days. Thor says, "Yeah, I agree. The writers toned down characters a lot." Yes, Cat Lady, we got another amazing person in our circle, in our inner circle. I would sit there and say, "Oh, Darby, say you meant good night, DC." AJ said my favorite soap is GH right now. Days is good, but I watch GH more. Okay. AJ, who is your favorite character on Days? I know you watch GH more, but like if you had to pick some favorite characters, who would you pick on Days of Our Lives? AJ. Justin says Megan and Maggie could be pitted against each other over the. That would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. Ugh. Okay, well, can you tell me what's the percentage? Okay. AJ said GH pace may be slow, but I enjoy it because it's Spencer. AJ says I love Sammy and Marlena. Okay, all right, all right. And I like Chanel. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. AJ said have tried watching Jack try to. I mean, Atara says have watched Jack try to kneel down to propose to Dan. I'm like Jack. Monique says I'm old school when it comes to wrestling. Okay. Squire says, where does Day stream now? Only on Peacock. Yeah, Squire, only on Peacock. So, I mean, in all reality, I would sit there and say this much. If you're only, Squire, if you're only just going to sit there and watch Days, I don't know if it's really worth it. Like, they have other shows on Peacock. So it really depends. Because as much as I love Days, I would never sit there. Yes, that's true, CW. Yeah, you actually have to pay $4.99. So if you're not actually going to really be watching a lot of other shows, I wouldn't really suggest it. Like for me, I'm a reviewer, so that's just pretty much what I do. Um, so I can justify that price. Plus, I saw Megan. Also, if you didn't see Megan, horror movie, it's a good movie, so definitely watch. Daisy Flower says, Albert, you and I are opposite. I grew up on Days, but I hardly recognize anyone on the show anymore. The Hortons were the good people. Now they are the criminals. Interesting, Daisy Flower. Interesting. Oh yeah, Jessica, it was good. I finally got a chance to actually watch it, and it was good. I highly suggest people watch it if you didn't watch it. Johnson says if Comcast buys Warner Brothers, then Peacock won't be called Peacock anymore. Interesting. But yeah, I got a chance to sit there and watch Megan. That was good. Yeah, I loved it, and I don't want to spoil it for people who didn't watch it, so I won't really say much about it. But I enjoyed it. But I do have to wake up early, and also my battery is at 18% since it's been like 2 hours. So I think I'm gonna sit in the stream here. Arturo says I think Phyllis and Stark could be. Yeah, I can see that. As much as I don't really talk about couplings and stuff like that. Um, I'm with it. Have a good night, Valerie. Yes, Gwen, definitely feel better. I appreciate you joining and to stream and inner circle. Definitely take care of yourself though. Take care of yourself first. Um, I'm glad to sit there and see you in the chat though. Have a good night, AJ. Have a good night, Jonathan. Thank you for joining. Have a good yes, yeah, no, Gwen. Definitely stay safe first. Um, and hopefully you'll feel better soon. Have a good night, everyone. I will be sitting there saying these names until like another 2 or whatever hours. But you know who you are. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. This was an amazing stream. I always sit there and say, you never know who's going to sit there and you never know who's going to be watching. And you never know who's going to be joining the stream. So definitely come through. Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Have a good night, Michael Armstrong. It was really great seeing you again. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Janet. Yes, I look forward to doing it tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. So stay safe. Everyone have a great night. It was so fun. This is always the best part of my night. You know how we do Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Have a good night, Patrick. I'm glad you had a great vacation, and I'm glad to see you in the chat. Also, Herman too. Have a good night, Herman. Have a good night, everyone. We'll be talking forever. Have a good night, Squire. Thank you for joining my live stream tonight. I hope I get to see you again sometime throughout the week. It was really great seeing you. Always love seeing new faces and familiar faces as well. CW says, "Good night, Gwen. Love that membership." Yes, it definitely does look good on her. It looks good on you too, CW. Everyone, have a great night and look forward to seeing y'all soon in the next live stream.